And that being said, I have a couple of really close friends that I talk to daily. Um, and one suggested, and I am a big proponent of therapy. I think everyone should be in therapy at least at some point in their life. There's no way your life has been so perfect, and and you've never had a problem that doesn't require you to talk to um, an expert. My one friend, she said, "Hey, you know what you should do? You should really just schedule more therapies." Because at the time, I think I was only going to therapy like once or twice a month. This is like as a check in. Like I've been going to therapy for years and years. And she was right because I was going through a massive grieving process of having to deal with this intense thing. Now, first off, I already have MS. So, like, I'm already dealing with intensive BS all the time. People see me and they're like, oh, you don't seem like you're sick. That's one of the things about having like an invisible illness. Everyone thinks you're fine when you are absolutely not. Just because I'm not in a wheelchair yet doesn't mean I'm doing great. I'm not. And this whole thing about, one of the other reasons I was off of Facebook, I didn't want to make some big announcement on it or Instagram or any of that, was because there's this term that's used in sort of the autoimmune disease world, and it's called inspiration porn. It's when people look at us and go, oh, you're such a motivation. You're such an inspiration. Look at all the. I don't care. I don't want to be anyone's inspiration. I don't want to be anyone's motivation. I wish I was healthy. I wish I had the ability to just go for a run or sit in the sun for long periods of time or be in the cold or eat whatever I want. There's so many things people take for granted, and then they look at me basically roller skating uphill because I have MS and now I have a crap hip, and they say, oh, you're such an inspiration. I don't want to be anyone's inspiration. I want significant amounts of myelin in my brain. I want these lesions to go away in my brain. I want a fully functioning hip. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not saying you shouldn't say to your friends, whatever. I don't know. How about this? Talk to your friends. Ask them how you can help, if you can help. You never know. Some people, they might be on a different journey and they're just like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Or maybe some people want to talk about it all the time. It all depends on the person. I can't speak for everyone with an autoimmune disease. I can't speak for everyone who has lupus or MS or anything else. I can only speak for me. And all I know is I'm tired. But that being said, I am getting the surgery. And it's been a roller coaster of emotions. My wife has given me a lot of grace with my attitude at times because I'm all over the place. Um, but more importantly, she's just sort of been there for me, letting me be sad and upset. I guess that comes with the territory of marrying a clinical counselor, understanding that I have to go through these emotions, and I still do. Um, the good part is I didn't have to wait very long for the surgery to be scheduled. They're usually scheduled 2 to 3 months out, and that was round about what I had to wait for. Um, my doctor is some older guy, but he like designs hips. It's he's a good guy. He's the best that I can go to. Um, what was great was I recently had to go to my physical therapist to meet about how I have to adjust my life after the surgery because I will be using a walker for weeks. I will have to take weeks and weeks and weeks off of work. Um, she had to teach me how to go up and down the stairs appropriately with the new hip, how to use all of my new sort of accoutrements, my little pickup stick and the shower chair and things that are just like it just yeah, rough for someone who runs and tries to be as independent as possible. It's rough. So anyway, I go there, and this lady, she's definitely, she's like, well, she's like, you're really strong. She's like, you're like really strong. She's like, and you're very fit. She's like, you're gonna run again. She's like, we're gonna make sure that you run again. Whereas my doctor's like, oh, you're never running again. But he's like old, like Yoda, like he's just like whatever. And she's like, no, you're gonna run again. The hospital I'm going to get this done is actually a major university, and they support all of their sports teams. And she was fairly confident that I'm gonna run again. The problem is, it could be a year from now. So I wanted to document everything that I'm going to have to go to and everything that I've been doing. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've been doing to prep for this surgery, because it would have been very easy to just be like, well, I'm going to get the surgery and just not care. And one of my PTs had said, because I have numerous PTs, had said, get as strong as possible. Do what you can without hurting yourself and get as strong as possible. So I've been doing strength training, a lot of core work, because my hips are very off-centered. I actually have one leg that's currently longer than the other because there's no cushioning in that hip. If I have to be on my feet for long periods of time, I have to use a cane. But I do go for walks every single day, 30 minutes by myself, and then I take the dogs, my tiny dogs, for a 20-minute walk almost every day. And I wanted to share all those things that I do, including something that I recently discovered is called Nordic walking, which I'm going to do a quick video on in the next week or so to show you what that's about for people who maybe they don't have the best joints and they're recovering from things. I actually found this on a lot of arthritis sites in other countries, so like in the UK and things like that, where they have the NHS and their healthcare is a bit different, because as you'll see in the next few videos, the amount of things that I have to pay for, even though I'm in the freest country in the world, and the fact that I have to take probably about 12 weeks off of work unpaid, is astronomical. But I wanted to put this out there. So if you want to see all the things that I have done up until this point and the things that are going to happen right after surgery, I'm going to be doing small videos showing me using my walker, how I have to go up and down the stairs, the PT that I'm given, and the stuff that I've been doing to sort of get ready for that. I'm going to preface this by the fact that I don't make these videos on the regular. You're going to see my house in a very regular way. Like you see there's like crap behind me. There's like a little flashlight, and there's like I think it's a T-Rex, and there's like a box of mask from my job. Hopefully they don't. That's like free advertising for you guys. So, and it's going to be real. But to everyone who has been supporting me, I really appreciate everyone who checks in on me all the time, and your words of encouragement. And for some of you, your realness about the situation. I appreciate that. And so, like I said, click subscribe. It's going to be on YouTube. I don't think I'm going to be doing any other socials besides YouTube. I might do Twitter. I haven't really decided. I have a lot going on. And I need to focus on getting the surgery done, going through the PT, eating correctly, and doing all those things. So I hope you join me. Thanks for listening to me rant on for 20 minutes. Take care.